welcome back to the second quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick, Andrew.
Good morning.
And let's get into possibly a couple of our good sponsors right now.
I got some of those.
Then we'll go into a few obituaries of good friends that we personally knew.
How about Carl's Thrift Away? If you're looking to get your medicine filled, go to Carl's. They can compound multiple prescriptions together for you to make it much easier to take. You know, you're taking this one and that one, this liquid and that powder and that powder. Put all that together, make it much easier for you to take. They'll take time with you to discuss, you know, I'm taking this medicine, makes my stomach a little queasy, you know, is that normal? They'll take the time to talk to you about those type of things. Over-the-counter medications there as well. You know, the contact lens solution, maybe a couple of things you need for vacation to put in that bag, that, you know, those last-minute items. They've got home decorating stuff there and gifts, and plenty of gifts for things like right now going on. You got holidays are coming up, graduations, and you got college graduations in the fall as well. Go by Carl's Thrift Away. And we've also got LHC Group. If you're looking to get some home health care, they can help you with everything. If you're just doing some rehab where they can get the therapists in, they can get the nurses in. Maybe you've got an elderly relative that needs some nursing care at home, they can handle that. The special beds, the special chairs. You know, I was reading this past week that the fancy hospital beds that lift you and all that now, most of that was designed by Howard Hughes, you know, the great millionaire that designed airplanes and all that. He was involved in a bad airplane accident and helped design what is considered a modern day hospital bed as he was recuperating from some burns he got from an airplane crash. So
Maybe he used those to
make a little money.
Well, when he lived in seclusion, possibly had that. He had a lot of time to invent the bed then.
That's right.
Possibly
That's
when
right.
that occurred,
yeah.
Because he stayed. They'd sneak him in, they'd hand him a plate of food, or they'd put it on something. They'd never touch it.
And no one's supposed to look at him. Just put it in and get out. He was by himself.
By himself.
But anyway, it was a home health care group.
Multi-billionaire in his day.
That's right. If you're looking for home health care, they can help you out.
We got off the subject.
I know, I got way out there, but also have, if you're trying to work out and everything, they've got the Health and Wellness Center here on Heather Drive, soon to have a brand new bridge to get to it easily from both directions. And they've also got hospice care and palliative care available to you throughout the United States. Louisiana Health Care, all about helping people.
That was your second? Okay. State High School Boxing Hall of Fame is set for October the 20th. There's a nice article Saturday, August the 17th in the Daily Advertiser. Pretty well gives you a description of the 32 men that are going to be receiving this Hall of Fame recognition. And this will start at 2 p.m. This will be on our, this is a picture of it right here.
Right, the article.
But it'll be on our, also on, Steve is working. I'll get it out in a minute. Steve is working maybe to divide it so it can be brought a little bit bigger.
On the photo gallery.
On the photo gallery.
You can download the article on the photo gallery afterwards. If you're trying to read information about what's going on.
And you can save it.
Correct. And it was in the Daily Advertiser, so if you go looking on the web, you can also maybe look in the Daily Advertiser for State High School Boxing.
Hall set to start October 20th. Okay, on the death side, Earl Pete, well-known personality around town. My first real connection to Earl, I guess, goes back to when he was working, and that was one of his first job that I knew he had. He was a young person then. He was married and all, but that was, he was security guard at the Planters Bank parking. And across the street was the Wittenberg Insurance Agency where he had his insurance. But if anybody spoke a word about insurance, he recommended the Bobby Dupre Insurance Agency.
Right.
And, you know, I never forgot that.
Right.
I was crawling to get started, and he didn't have his insurance. He wouldn't leave Mr. Wittenberg. He was that type of person. I mean, if he believed in you, he believed it. He believed in, you know, in supporting someone that was treating him good. But he recommended customers to the Bobby Dupre Insurance. And of course, we grew over the years, Barbara, and we went to a lot of functions together, and then later on, of course, he retired from Schlumberger, a very good job he held there for a number of, I guess, 20 plus years. And around town, he helped out the Latchley's with the feed store on North, what would that be? What street is, Louisiana?
Yeah, that would be Railroad.
Railroad Avenue, going to the airport there. Sure. When you make that turn, that last turn, well, the second to last turn,
right.
Was red light, and then you, on the left, there was...
Louisiana Oak. That's what that was at one time, right? Yeah, you know what, right there in that curve?
Yeah, the Latchley's. Yeah. And he helped there. And he drank his coffee and visited.
And was helping at the car wash here in town the last so many years.
He helped get it started and really took care of the customers there. I know that's not my thing, putting the cards in and all of that. He handled all that. Well, he gave me some free ones, too.
Promotion, he was promoting.
Well, promoting, but I would talk about it over here. You know, he knew how to generate the dollars for the company.
And over the years, we'd keep up with him whenever he'd be ill. We'd talk to his daughter, Lisa, who's such a sweetheart.
That's
worked for years
I
at John
stayed in
Deere
touch, and she called me the morning last Saturday when he died. And in fact, I called her back yesterday. That would have been Tuesday. I had not seen anything in the paper, and I was out of town for the weekend. I was afraid that he had been... Your services had already been held, and I had missed it. She said, no.
There's a service with Saturday over at LaFawn Ordonez, what they're going to do?
Yeah, starting at 11 o'clock, and at around 1, they're going to have a rosary, and then at, I think it's 3 o'clock, there'll be a service. And Barbara and, let's see, that would be Lisa, and then he has a son, Scott, and another daughter, youngest daughter, Tiffany. And so to Barbara and all of you, if there's anything that I can possibly do, I owe the family something.
And also saw Miss Eula Cradair passed away.
Miss Eula Cradair, and of course Slick, her brother, her son. Ronald. We all call him Slick. I guess that's got that name when he was a young kid. He was slick about something, and she survived, of course, by her husband of 59 years, Joseph Cradair.
Right.
And I knew both he and she. She's 76, my age, and. Of course, we know her brother,
Ray
Byrne, who's still alive, and a sister, Helen, who lives in Tennessee. And then grandchildren, Matthew Cradair, the photographer. I have one of his pictures in the hallway at my condo at Cibomo Point, my condo at Cibomo Point. I have that picture of that old building that he took, and he's a photographer. He's a professional photographer.
And of course, the whole family promoting, trying to bring back the Southern Club.
Southern Club, and that's right, and had Chick was, Vidrine was
her brother.
The matriarch of the family. Is that the right word?
Patriarch.
Patriarch of the family was Chick, and all the family was well known.
Yep,
my deepest sympathies.
And one thing we always say about Slick, he's a company man.
And then Ann Dunbar Purser.
Yes, Miss Purser, who sang for years and years at St. Landry Church.
Beautiful voice. She and Pat. She was a Dugal, and she's married. He made fishing tackle. Oh shoots!
I'll get 1,000 emails telling me that name this week.
Me too. And they ran the tractor place on the. He was part owner of the tractor place with the Dugal. He had married Pat Dugal. And her family, owns.
Might be the second half hour.
Anyhow, Ann Purser, our deepest sympathies to the family there. Beautiful voice. She just sang at many weddings and funerals and just at Mass and at Mass.
4:30 Mass, I say 4 o'clock Mass for years at St. Landry on Saturday afternoon.
And Miss Carrie Swallow, Boucheton's mother, I remembered her. She was age 95.
Wow.
One of the elders of the Opelousas community.
That's a pretty good run.
If I remember right, she worked at Swallows. I don't know if that's in the article. Not Swallows, I'm sorry, Abdallah's years ago. I think I'm correct on that. But anyhow, deepest sympathy to their family. And then there's a person I read the obituaries pretty close, and I don't know, Kent Langlanais from Lafayette, he was age 78, and he married Jeanette Mickey from Port Barre. Then it goes on, and then he was very active in baseball, basketball, and boxing. So, and that he graduated from Youngsville High School. So anybody that knows anything about Kent, I'm sure some of you in the Lafayette area that are watching the program, please pass on what school he boxed and a little bit of his boxing, so we can make sure
to mention him as
when
part of the reunion.
At part of the reunion, please. Kent Langlanais, our deepest sympathies.
Friday.
And while we're talking about boxing,
go ahead.
The Backstreet Boxing Club, which is sponsored and paid for all and hard work by Coach Shelton LeBlanc, who was a great amateur himself, a National Golden Glove, turned pro, did well there, and he's giving back to the community. His mentor, of course, was Mr. John Stute, and there's a documentary being worked on, being made right now by Larry Leger and his network. He's going to have a television network on the internet, network.
Right.
And it's going to be about the history of Mr. John Stute, and of course, a big part of it is Shelton LeBlanc going back with Mr. John, reminiscing about all the different fights and all the, they traveled all over the world back in those days. And Shelton is wanting to give back and has been giving back. I remember he bought an old van and financed it at OPAC. In fact, I think he might have financed two of them at OPAC.
When he first got back involved with coaching and everything else and got...
And Backstreet, they didn't even have a roof over the head. They opened, only could practice when the weather was good. Now they have a small gym, but just some people give a whole lot. Just kind of like Bo Williford. You realize the hours in it. It's all amateur. There's no pay. His begging is what they have to do.
And when he's home at night,
when
he's home at night, he's filling up the email box with either showing what the guys have done or where they're going to next. I mean, he's promoting it.
Yes.
Okay, we got the Opelousas Kiwanis are going to have their annual football jamboree coming up Friday, August the 30th at Donald Gardner Stadium. It's going to start at 6 p.m. It's going to be 5 teams: Opelousas Catholic, Westminster Christian, Vermilion Catholic, Ascension Episcopal, and Lafayette Christian Academy. What they're going to do is they're going to play 5 15-minute games, kind of almost a round robin. Each team's going to play like 2 games. OC is going to play the first and third game. Westminster is going to play the fourth and fifth, and everybody else around. It's only $7 a ticket. Go by. Call Dirk Boudreau, 942-0263. Remember that this is the only thing the Kiwanis does to raise money. So when you give money, that money goes right out. Your ticket money goes out to help the Veterans Memorial Park on Highway 182, American Legion's Boys and Girls State, of which I'm a graduate, United Way, Boys and Girls Club, the Safe Halloween, the lighting of the Village, all that kind of good stuff. So go out.
And of course, the public schools will go over that again for next week, but
that'll be in Eunice.
That'll be in Eunice, and we'll show a little bit of pictures on that
just a couple minutes.
In just a few minutes.
Sunday, Aunt Lillian Robinson's birthday. Happy birthday, Aunt Lillian! It's the anniversary of her 18th birthday.
And Dupre Carrier Gacho, better known today as DCG.
54 years this week.
54 years, August the 20th.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, and it's been I like to call it is a fun run, because it's still going. And of course, the young group purchased the agency, and they're moving forward in a good way. And also, one of the employees, her first day was a day of celebration. She, meaning Sabrina, came to work for Dupre Carrier Gacho on the anniversary date.
23 years ago, her and Ray Bear started that same day.
With OPAC with
fund.
the consumer loans.
Right. Happy anniversary. We got to take a 1-minute break, though.
Oh, okay.
We're going to take our 1 minute. We'll be back in a little while.